guys, Angela here, and today we are going to tackle what most people think is the impossible. I am going to show you how to make chicken adobo better than your mom, and I said it, your mom, and I'm also going to say it, your grandma. Yeah, I know. So let's get it, let's go, let's make some chicken adobo, the only chicken adobo recipe you'll ever need. Let's do it.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Wait.
Everybody calm down!
No pressure. The first thing you gotta do is get chicken. None of that chicken breast, guys. We gotta go full fat. We're doing chicken thighs. So you're gonna get your chicken thighs with all the fat and all the skin, and you're going to pre-marinate your chicken in a bowl. You can just see like full skin, full fat chicken thighs. Okay, for the marinade, it's basically a replication of the adobo sauce to start. So, my rule of thumb, in 1 part soy sauce. When cooking Filipino food, you want to use Filipino soy sauce. So we're gonna pour the soy sauce on here. Again, this is just the marinade, so eyeballing is a-okay. Emphasis again. Filipino vinegar. This is Filipino vinegar, and I've said this multiple times. It's cane sugar. They use like the sugar cane, they extract it, they make it into vinegar. That's what makes Filipino vinegar super special. You can also use coconut vinegar if you have that in your disposal, but I find the cane sugar vinegar a little bit more accessible. None of this apple cider vinegar, guys, please. None of that. We want generous heaping amount of black pepper. Keep going. Some more. We're also going to add some bay leaves. This is the secret ingredient. I almost don't want to say what it is, but it's basically chicken bouillon, but it's like a specific brand of chicken bouillon that I'm going to put right here. We're going to put this aside real quick, and we're going to chop up some garlic. You can use pre-peeled garlic. Let's be real. Your grandma probably is peeling garlic. So if you want to outbeat your grandma or your nana or your Lola or whoever makes chicken adobo in your life, gotta do it their way, kind of, right? So for the marinade, in order to make this chicken adobo taste better than your grandma's, you gotta put a little bit more effort in it, right? A little bit more love, a little kiss. Chop your garlic. Again, it doesn't need to be perfect. We just want to roughly chop it just to get it aromatic. We're gonna add it to our marinade. And with your best tools in the kitchen, you want to just mix it around. All right, we wait 20 minutes. See you guys on the other side. All right, the chicken has been marinating for about, as I said, 20 minutes. And you pan sear the chicken before we make the adobo sauce. So we're gonna put a generous amount of whatever oil you like. Okay, we are going to now sear the chicken. We want to skin side down because you want to render some of the fat, because the fat is what makes chicken adobo, okay? That's why you could get away with just doing like a few ingredients for chicken adobo, because the fat is a secret. I'm sick of seeing these TikToks and these Instagram reels and whatever videos I'm seeing, and there is a lack of fat in your adobo. These are big chickens. I'm gonna put this aside as well. We are gonna cut all of our aromatics, get everything ready, and then I'm gonna show you guys how to build the perfect, the easiest, the best adobo sauce. So, a ton of garlic. Now, cook as much garlic as your heart contents. The more than that you love the person that you're cooking for, the more garlic you add, okay? So if whatever recipe or rule book or whatever you're following says 2 cloves of garlic, what do? You add 5, right? There is no such thing as, it's too much garlic. And I've seen some of y'all videos on TikTok some of the Food Network stars making adobo. Do they use this much garlic? No. You're also gonna want to use an onion. I have a shallot. Same, you know, same, but it's just a milder onion flavor, right? So I'm not gonna say which one is better. I prefer a shallot just because it's a milder onion. And we're just going to finely dice it just like that. Okay. We have our aromatics. Let's make chicken adobo. While the pan is still slowly warming up, I'm gonna cheat a little bit. You can use, God, say, like, bless you if you have like random chicken fat laying around, right? Like from a previous rendering, or if you have some duck fat. So we're gonna use just a pat of butter, okay? Before the pan gets warm, we're gonna add our garlic and our shallots into our pan. And we wanna slowly warm up our garlic and our shallots. God, I'm saying shallots, or is it shallots? Which one sounds more annoying? I think shallots. Until they get nice and translucent. We don't wanna burn it. This is gonna help allow opening up a lot of their flavor. And then we're gonna be able to add the sauce element to our chicken adobo. So nothing beats the smell of onions and garlic. Like this was a smell that I would wake up to like every morning. And then you'd be sleeping and all you hear is, and that's what would wake you up. You didn't need an alarm in a Filipino household. You just needed a passive aggressive banging to wake you up. Add the cracked pepper now. Now traditionally you want to use whole black peppercorns. If that is your vibe, go for it, right? But for me personally, I do not like biting into a surprise bomb in my mouth. So we are just going to crack some pepper directly into our pan. The reason why I do this, very similar to when you're making curries or want to open up the spice of it, and now the fact that we're not using whole peppercorns, this portion is very important. So we're gonna just crack a bunch of pepper, our Filipino soy sauce, and our Filipino vinegar. Again, I do 2 to 1, so 2 parts soy sauce, 1 part vinegar, a little bit of water to add a little zhuzh to it. And then later down the line, as you're tasting it, you're going to realize, depending on how much liquid cooks out as you're bubbling away, if you need to add more vinegar or if you need to add more soy sauce. But right now, at this current stage, it's 2 to 1, okay? You can eyeball and be a pro like me, or you can measure 2 to 1, okay? So just measure with your heart, right? Just to stretch this about a little bit. Like I'm gonna need to add more water. Oh, does not feel right. We're gonna add more water. There we go. We are going to add my secret chicken bouillon powder. Now it's no longer a secret because now I'm sharing it. A little bit of brown sugar, just a little bit, just a little bit more, just a little bit more. Okay, you're gonna add as you go, right? So later on, you're gonna taste it. You're gonna be like, might need more sugar, might need more pepper, right? So that's the fun about cooking. You could always add. So like just add just enough now, right? And then later on, you're gonna wanna add more or less. You can't take away, you can always add. So we're gonna add our bay leaves in. Now, I am going to add 3 bay leaves. Real nice. Because we're using chicken thighs, specifically chicken thighs with bone in, it's going to take a little longer to cook versus like a drumstick or a chicken without the bone, which, come on guys, grow up. Stop using the boneless chicken. Seriously, who's still using boneless chicken? You always have to use bone-in chicken. There's a lot of good reasons why, okay? It's not just because we bone eaters claim it tastes better. Like, it's generally more nutritious for you to cook and eat chicken with the bone in. Facts. With a lid on, I'm gonna find the lid. for about, we're gonna do 15 minutes to check on it. Check if the chicken's cooked. If it needs a little bit more time, I'll let you know, but I say 15 to 20 minutes. Now that your chicken adobo has been simmering for about 20 minutes, you'll see the sauce is a little bit reduced, a little bit thickened. You can see that it's coating the chicken. Like, it's literally coating it in this thick, gravy-like consistency, and that's what you're looking for. Like, let's give it a taste, because this is now the final portion. Do we need to add anything to this adobo before we serve it, right? So just gonna get your spoon in there. Now be careful, because some of the chicken fat skims on the top and that gets really hot. Friends, it's perfect. It might be a little salty to some, so if it's a little salty on the saltier end, you could add a few dashes of extra vinegar, and you could add a few dashes of sugar to start. Taste it one more time. Perfect. And then let's get about ready. And to garnish. An adobo, allegedly better than your mom, and I'm gonna say it, your grandma. This seems natural. This seems right? This, no. In the Philippines, we use a spoon and a fork. Let me show you. You use the fork as kind of like you're holding down your food, and then use your spoon as your navigator. You want to navigate and grab what you want to eat. So we're gonna navigate what we want to eat. And it's okay for your 𝐸𝐵𝐷 to be a little bit salty because you're eating it with rice and it kind of balances it out. And we cheers. Ang sarap. We can make it better. We can add something to this 𝐸𝐵𝐷 just to make it, one, creamy, and two, wow, coconut milk. Yeah, coconut milk. This is called, we call it Adobo Gata, which is like adobo with coconut milk. This is very regional specific. If you're not a fan of coconut milk, obviously don't do this way, but if you love like a creamy, saucy dish with your chicken, this is the way to go. There's no rhyme or reason of how much coconut milk you add, okay? It's just based on feeling. So we're gonna add, I guess we're adding 2 spoonfuls of it. Ooh, guys, it smells so freaking good. Guarantee you've never had adobo like this. And if you have, you are an OG. Wow. Of course, some rice. Good. Real good. Guys, I'm glad you watched through this whole video. Don't forget to subscribe and like to this video if you want more recipes that are obviously better than your grandma's. I'll catch you guys to the next video. Take care. Bye. But is it truly better than my grandma's? Grandma hasn't cooked in like, I'm gonna say like 20 years. I haven't had my grandma's cooking in maybe, no, yeah, 20 years I would say. So am I confident this is better? I mean, yeah, that's pretty good.